Hey you, and welcome. My name is Eileo, and in this old video, I'm going to do my best to present to you the beginner's guide for Eroica. Eroica is an up-and-coming mobile game that is currently in soft launch at the time of this video. If you'd rather just read a guide, feel free to hop over to the subreddit in the link below and check it out. Anyways, let's get into it. So starting off here, I'm assuming you have already took a gander at the reroll guide for this game. If you haven't, I implore you to check that video out. But to bring you up to speed, after roughly about 15 minutes of gameplay, which is on rails, you will have the option to choose one 10 times pool of summons that can be rolled up to 30 times of your choice. My personal opinion on this is that you can pick whatever Nat 3 you think that looks cool, or if you want to go more meta, feel free to reroll until you get either Malavi, Gaffs, or Wraith. Trust me, you would get plenty of opportunities to pick up all the other Nat 3s with a little luck. Anyways, after the pooling process, team composition is also a very important thing you want to focus on from the start. As a beginner, I implore you to make a team consisting of the Nat 3 of your choice, plus another DPS unit combined with Lisa and Muto or Marion. Marion is easier to ascend currently, but once PvP opens up, I can definitely see Muto being an easier choice. But with your team set consisting of 2 DPS, 1 tank, and 1 healer, as a starting out team, you are now ready to set the world ablaze. Feel free to start pushing the stages as far as you can go, and be sure to explore every nook and cranny for skill books, gold, and most importantly, pellets. Pellets are the currency used in this game for pulls. Since we are on that subject, make sure you keep those pellets and save them up until you hit 300 pellets minimum to pull, as a 10 times summon guarantees you at least a 2-star unit or a pre-core. You want to dump these pellets into getting Orsaha on her banner anyways, as she is currently the best unit in soft launch. Also, please note the Azorf Tower. This tower is currently limited to 30 floors, but I implore you to do 3 floors every day as you play, as each of the 3 floors rewards you with roughly 10 tickets that can be used on the Orsaha banner. In terms of building your characters, I would focus on your Nat 3 character first, because if you have really good damage, it's okay not to have the best heals in the world right now. Since we're talking about characters already, I would also like to point out the gear sets. Your characters have 6 equipment slots that can provide a guaranteed main stat with substats attached to it at random. You will notice in the bottom corner of your equipment a symbol showing you what bonus you receive with the gear that you have equipped. Since you are just starting out, I wouldn't worry about these sets too much, since you will be swapping gear quite a bit. But it's safe to try and aim for sets that can play on a character's strength or strengthen an area where they are weak in. Also note that gear has 5 tier levels in this game. The weakest type of gear is normal, and then it goes to good, which is followed by rare, and then there's heroic, and then it ends with epic. So epic is the gear that you want to try and aim for, but if you have to settle for heroic, that is perfectly fine as well. Once you get your squad together though, it's time to adventure on. You will unlock the challenge dungeon at stage 1-5, which gives you access to tier 2 weapons and shoes. I personally would ignore this and move on. It's not until stage 119 where once again you will gain access to the armor and helm tier 2 gear dungeon. I would once more ignore this and just end up pushing yourself to world 2, which is Woodbin. Now here in Woodbin things do get spicy. At stage 2-5 you will unlock tier 2 gear for rings and necklaces, and most importantly at stage 2-8 you will finally unlock the gold/experience dungeon. Now we are really making progress. My general rule of thumb is just to spend all 5 of my keys on gold for the golden experience dungeon. Experience can be gained from grinding story stages, buying them from the carrot shop, and also the Nia dungeon. Gold, however, is scarce like it always is in most games starting out. You may run into your first wall here with mints on stage 210, but if your Nat 3s are strong enough, even with not so amazing tier 2 sets, you should be able to make it. Mints is annoying, but learning how to use your characters correctly can take time, and having a healer in this instance can make the fight just another battle. With mints out the way, I would focus on going through stage 211 and unlocking the tier 3 gear challenge for weapon and shoes to help boost your DPS for the upcoming content. At stage 217 you unlock the tier 3 gear challenge for armor and helm, which once again can help make your glassy team a bit more stable. There's really not much else going on here until we hit the final world of soft launch, which is Simran. I once again implore you though to stop and explore every single stage so you can get some of those nice rewards. After breaking into Simran, there isn't much going on here, but you should notice a slight increase in damage from the monsters. At stage 314 is another potential roadblock, but if you have properly geared your characters and at least have Lisa in your party or a dedicated healer, then cast Carson shouldn't be much of an issue. Feel free to substitute in a friend's or Slaha and face roll him if need be, but your unit should be rocking a decent amount of tier 3 gear by now. With cast out the way, you are almost home free. But wait, at stage 317 you can unlock the tier 4 gear dungeon for weapons and shoes by taking an alternative path. Because like I said, exploring pays off. Tier 4 gear dungeon for armor and helm is unlocked at 320 to once again help beef up your characters, but I will warn you now that you don't need tier 4 gear to finish out soft launch. The last snag in the wheel would be Wraith at stage 322, which you shouldn't have much of an issue with her if you're rocking one of the recommended team setups. Or Slaha also gets the elemental advantage in this fight, making Wraith a breeze. After she goes down, congratulations, this guide is over. No, but seriously, there's still plenty to do. Feel free to go back through the stages and get 3 stars in all of them so you can earn some extra pellets for completing exploration in that world. You should notice too that the game offers quite a bit of side quests which can provide another way to earn some gold and most importantly pellets. My goal right now is basically to get as many units as I can to level 50 with some decent gear sets. I also want to make sure that they are as booked up as they can be. I do not know how much promise this game has to offer us, but I found it quite enjoyable for now. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below, come hang out with me in my Discord, or leave a comment to my beginner's guide post on subreddit. I will have a FAQ following this video as well to help address the most common questions asked. Happy hunting, and I'll see you guys in the next one.